Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to try and make pasta sauce for the first time, and I need to get more tomatoes. So I'm just grabbing my basket that I have of tomatoes here, and then we'll go outside. It's a bit cooler out now. It almost feels like fall. Fall is here. So I started getting tomatoes. Well, I've been getting a lot of tomatoes actually. I'm not a big tomato fan, but my dad was gonna make homemade pasta sauce, and he can't really have any salt anymore, like a lot of salt, and I have so many tomatoes, and their tomatoes are not the greatest. There's a big bumblebee in my snapdragons. That's awesome. I'm gonna be putting up I've been working on it, I'll probably put it up today, an update on my mom's garden. I haven't been doing a lot of uploads lately, so I have to get back at it. It's just been kind of crazy in that. So I'm just kind of trying to find the tomatoes that are almost ripe, and even if they're not totally ripe, I'm going to bring them in because Terry loves tomato sandwiches, so I'm going to get them to ripen inside. I'll probably have some cucumbers too. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make my pasta sauce with tomatoes. I'm going to get some onions from the garden, some fresh herbs in that. I'm going to roast it all with garlic. I'm going to do a roasted pasta sauce. I'm going to try that. So that's what I'm going to do. There's a lot of funny things happening in the garden. Let me just turn you around to see. So look at this. I have like I burnt myself doing peaches. It's totally horrible. But it's healing. This was a week ago. So I've been working on healing it, and it's doing pretty good. I think it was about a 2nd degree burn or more, but I wanted to have some air at it. I've been putting polysporin and wrapping it, so it's getting a lot better. But so my cucumbers are having squash or something on. This is really weird. So interesting. What else? This bed here, I'm gonna put this bed to bed this week probably. I'm gonna get out all the peas I can out of it, get the onions pulled up because I don't think they're gonna grow that much. I've already pulled up the carrots, and plant this elderberry tree, and we'll put this one to bed this weekend coming up. There's not that many peas left on here, so we'll go ahead and close this one down for the season. Here is my first bed, which the peas I think I'm going to pull down. I think what I'm going to do is have them compost right in the beds. So I'll probably pull these down and put them in there, and then put landscape fabric on it and pin it down, and that's how I'm going to put it to bed. And then I'll have Terry do something with the irrigation. This irrigation hasn't worked that great. I haven't done a video on it yet. I think I'm going to wait till next year because I think Terry's going to have to poke bigger holes. We have had insane well issues, and it just has not been fun. So if you guys want to see a video on how we did the irrigation, I could definitely do that. But things are going to change next year. I absolutely love my zinnias. My zinnias won first prize in the little fair that I entered this weekend. So did my snapdragons and my dill pickles. And then these tomatoes, I haven't been getting so many ripe tomatoes on this one because I think it's not in the sun as much. Finally looks like I might be getting some poblano peppers, maybe. My jalapeno peppers, I could probably pick some of them. There's the paprika peppers right there. Right there. My beans, I've been getting a lot of beans. I'm going to blanch them and freeze some of them. I'm going to pull these onions up. they're pretty much done. I'm going to use these in the sauce, in the pasta sauce. I pulled some of the carrots up. I'm just going to leave these ones in for a little bit. I've been cutting the calendula and putting it into olive oil. We had a really big heat wave and it did not do good with the cucumbers. So there's a couple that I'm probably going to do a little bit more relish or pickles, but not too sure. My pumpkins are looking pretty good. They're starting to turn a bit. There's one there. I want to come and save some of these, and I have basil. I'm going to put basil in the pasta sauce. I want to come and get some of these marigold seeds so I can save them for next year, because I love these marigolds. So I think I'll do that. I'm probably going to get more cucumbers from these ones. They're just so weird because like we've had weird weather and I haven't had great irrigation. And every time I've tried to water it with our well just dries up a lot. So because we haven't had a lot of rain. So, and today is kind of chilly out. My peppers are doing pretty good here. So I'm getting lots of peppers. So far, these lilac peppers, my cilantro has gone to seed. Look at these lilac peppers. Aren't they the funniest? Oh my gosh, I'm loving them. Those are kind of interesting. I'll show you the bumblebee. It's still in with the snapdragon there. Let's see if I can get it there. There. So my potatoes aren't in the garden because I harvested those yesterday. And we got a fair bit of potatoes. Oh, here's another bumblebee. Did you know bees go to the same flower over and over again? Like they pick a flower. It's kind of interesting. And there's another one. So there's a whole bunch of bumblebees, which is great. I love seeing that. And these are my zinnias and that. I've been saving my zinnias and drying them out so I can kind of make seeds with them. Because I'm going to do a huge cut flower garden next year. So next year we're going to have like a lot of different things happening. Anyway, next year is going to be exciting because we're going to do the trellises and everything next year in the garden. But also we've been looking at adding something to the homestead, and that is bees. We're thinking about adding honeybees to the homestead. Over the winter, from now until spring, I am going to do a lot of research, both Terry and I. Terry isn't going to do as much as me. He's just going to come along for the ride and help me when I need help. So basically, because I can't lift everything super heavy, he's going to be there to help me. But I want him to learn about it too, just so we both know and understand, so then we can do it together. So it's more my thing. My thing is the homestead. His thing is all his stuff. But he helps me a lot with things that I need here, obviously, with that. But I am hoping... We went to the fair here and there was a local beekeeper there, and I discussed it with him about the different hives. So they have flow hives and then they have regular hives. And I wanted to get the flow hive, and that because it seemed easy and you just like turn a thing, right? But I've been doing research, and in our area with the way that winters are and stuff, you have to do certain things in order to protect the hive. And I want to make sure that I give them the best possible life, the bees, and make sure I protect them. So I think we're going to go with the normal style hive. And there's he sells nukes, he does everything. There's another place up here that does it as well, and I'll link to all the places that we use and everything. But we're going to do some investigating and we're going to look at things, because also over the winter I am going to be designing and making the farm stand that I'm going to put outside here. So I have bought an old antique table that I'm going to use as a base, and I'm going to build that up into a nice farm stand that can be outside, that I can sell things and everything from the homestead. That's kind of my goal, is to have the homestead produce enough to make enough for us to put up for the winter and for the year, and also to fund the garden plants and everything for that year. So that's kind of my goal over the next so many years with everything. So this winter, we're going to be building the farm stand. We're going to be learning about bees, so I'll take you guys along with me to learn about the bees. We're going to hopefully get our bees set up in the spring, because that's the best time. Pick the best place for them on the property, because we don't want to disturb them too much. I look like horrible today. I'm having one of those weeks. Today's Monday, and usually I just do this on Monday, or I cook, or like lately I've been canning and that, so it's my day to not put makeup on or not, you know, impress. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do over the winter, is all that stuff. Plus I am doing Thanksgiving dinner. I'm going to take you guys along with me on that as well, so that we have a lot of fun things to do. I've kind of been MIA for a little bit, but hopefully I'll be back. I have a whole bunch of videos I have to edit and then post, so you're going to get a whole bunch of videos. I've just been trying to get things kind of back to normal. I put my back out when I came back from Niagara a week ago. We went down for a family funeral. I stayed at my sister-in-law's. I put my back out, so I have to go get more back treatments next week. I called the doctor. He was good enough to rush me in for next week. And then I burnt myself. It's just been one of those things. And then my dad getting better from when he was in the hospital in June. And then my mom now, she's in Alaska, and today is the 18th, and Air Canada's on strike. So hopefully she can get home. She's on a trip with her sister. She was on an Alaskan cruise, and now they're in Alaska, and hopefully she can get home. But hey, they're retired. They should just enjoy their time. If they can't, just enjoy the scenery. No rush for that. So yeah, so now I'm hoping to get everything back where I can get videos and do all the stuff. If you guys want to see certain videos, put a comment below if you want me to do a certain video. I do have to do some organizing. Then I'm going to take you with me in the house, that I want to organize the basement into my little craft area. And there's some crafts that we're going to do together too, that I've been looking at and buying things from secondhand stores for Christmas and that. And I also really want to decorate the house for fall. I don't know, I'm in the fall mood now, even though it's still really summer, but I'm ready to just do the fall stuff. And get the house ready for fall. So that's kind of my plans. So let's finish doing our little harvest here, and then we can get inside and start roasting this stuff. So I'm gonna have to put you down to do this. So these onions didn't get super big, but I'm gonna pull them anyway. And I really learned that I can put more onions in here. I can shove things closer together. This year was a great learning experience for me. I'm so happy I was able to do it and learn and see what space I have in the garden and everything. So I'm just gonna pull up all my onions, get these all harvested, and then we can use some of them in the homemade pasta sauce, which is great. It is really windy here today. So the pasta sauce is gonna have my homegrown onions, homegrown tomatoes, homegrown herbs. So I'm kind of excited that I'm able to do that. The garlic I did not grow, but that's okay. Also, my dad requested to have carrots in it. He likes to put carrots in his pasta sauce because he says that it gives him sweetness. So the carrots add sweetness, he said. So he likes to put carrots in his pasta sauce. So that's what I think we're gonna do. And I have some homegrown carrots here that I got harvested last week. So we are gonna add those as well to his pasta sauce. I hate tomatoes. I hate the smell of tomatoes. I really just don't like it, but I have so many tomatoes and I really just want to like learn different things, and it makes me happy that I can make these things. for my family to enjoy. So that's what's exciting to me. It's just being able to experience and make these things. And if they like it, it's funny. Terry laughs at me because he's like, you don't try your food, but your food is always amazing, even though you don't eat it and taste test a lot of it. Like, I don't eat all the food that I make, or I don't taste it all, because I don't like really tomatoes. Like, I like one pasta sauce and that's it. I used to work at E. Smith and I used to have to make the pasta sauce and stuff. Like, it's just something that you kind of, when you work in a factory like that, you kind of just don't, it's not as appealing to eat it. So maybe that's why, but I don't know. He's like, you always make stuff and it always turns out really good and that. And I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, I cook with my heart. I just make whatever I feel is good in the moment. So for Thanksgiving though, I'm really excited. So the first year we had this house, I had every holiday at the house with my parents and my brother, my sister-in-law, my nephew. And that was important to me because I was like, I really want to experience every holiday here first. And they were so amazing. That's what we did as a family. I just love that. Our little 7 family members, we just really band together and do amazing things for each other. But this year I'm doing Thanksgiving and I really want to just decorate the house for fall and make it a really great dinner and just put everything I have into that. And we're going to do some homemade Christmas gifts as well. And also my brother's birthday. So my brother has diverticulitis, and that is where you can't have seeds. It's something with your intestines. And I wanted to make him cowboy candy, and that has a lot of seeds. So what I'm going to do is make him seedless cowboy candy and cook it a bit longer because he has to have cooked foods. He can't have raw vegetables, raw food. So I'm going to just process it longer so it cooks it more. So I'm going to make him a cowboy candy, but I'm going to be really diligent about not having seeds with it. As well, I made him dill pickles and hamburger relish dill pickles, and I took all the seeds out for him. But it does have the skin on it, so I might make some pickles this week. I have to get some more canning jars, and I'll take the skin off the cucumbers and I'll take the seeds out for him. I'd really like to try and find some good canning recipes and some spices or dips that have low sugar, low salt, and that have no seeds for diverticulitis, and with people that have limited salt and sugar intake, because that's my dad and my brother and us as well. I'm insulin resistant. I've said before, I think in another video, that I am on Ozempic because I'm pre-diabetic and everything, and insulin resistant. So that runs in our family, and I'm trying to find things that I can make that are going to be helpful with people that need that. And eventually, if I find the things, I'll sell them on the farm stand, and then I'll sell them. I might even sell them online. I'm not sure yet, but I'm just really excited about it. I'm really excited about where I'm going with this and where this passion is leading me. I never thought I'd be into all this, but I am. So that's good. So let me see if I'm going to have carrots that I need to pull up here. Oh, that one. So here's one of my little carrots. These ones still need to get a bit bigger, which is fine. We will let them get a bit bigger. And I am planning out what I'm going to plant in next year's garden and where. So let me take you along that journey with me here. Oh, there's another onion before we go. Okay. I have to get the calendula too. Still coming up. I think I got them all. These are just all of the white onions. The red onions, another one there. They're really small. They're kind of tiny, but that's okay. We'll just use them in the pasta sauce. We're going to roast them, so that's good. And it was so cute. My dad was like, sent me a picture of the flowers I brought my mom, and they were, I should actually cut these. I should cut some of those flowers too. Let's go get some scissors to cut some flowers as well. So he sent me a picture of the flowers that I got my mom a couple weeks ago from my garden, and they were dead. And I said, oh, okay, well, when we come over tonight, I'll bring you a fresh new vase. And he's like, perfect. So it's nice that we're able, oh, that door just shut. that they are able to enjoy this stuff as well. So that's been really nice. Okay. So this hinge broke off that door, so it just slammed shut. Okay, let's grab some flowers too out of the garden. What I've been doing is when I cut them, if they're not good, I will just let them compost in the bed. And then I'll put the leaves here in the bed as well. And just take the good ones. Because the more you cut them, the more they come up. So I've been trying to just keep them coming up. I'm not going to take the ones that the leaves are at because they obviously are using those ones. And I'm only taking ones that are ready to be cut up. Because we're going to have the leaves for a while. We'll let them enjoy it. There's still a lot of life in these. So like, I don't know if you guys can see this one. It is almost damaged on it, or it's not as nice. So I'm just putting this right in there to compost, just so I can get it off so that the plant doesn't go to seed. I don't know if you guys can see this one. It is almost damaged on it, or it's not as nice. So I'm just putting this right in there to compost, just so I can get it off so that the plant doesn't go to seed. So what I did here was I got my jar that I have my calendula in with the oil. All this is olive oil. It's the Greek olive oil that I like from Costco. So all I did was put some in here and my calendula flowers right off the vine. Obviously I'm going to strain this, but I want this to do its thing for a while so I get all that calendula goodness in there. So usually what I do is I'll just pick it off the vine and bring it in. But I'll just put it right in the oil. So I just take the whole top part, the dried ones, and put them in. And then I just mix it up. And I just put this in my window and I let them do its thing. So that's kind of how I'm doing my calendula oil. Now, let's get some more of these flowers. My favorite flowers this year have to be my Oklahoma pinks. I absolutely love these zinnias. I'll insert a picture of the Terry took of me at the fair with my winners. With my winning stuff, I was really shocked. I entered my strawberry jam that we did together. I entered the dill pickles that I did last year. And it really goes to show, like, manifesting and just all that. Because last year when I did my dill pickles, what I did was on the jar, and I'll show you, I put a number 1 on the bottom of the jar. And it went in first place. So I was like, I'm going to manifest that these win. And sure enough, they did. So there's something to that. I fully believe in that. That's how a lot of things have happened in my life, is believing and living as if I were already that person, especially with my YouTube and the homestead and everything. It's really been like that, where it's like I just live the life, believe that this is my life, and then everything happens. So everything falls into place. And it was so weird because I was like, I was watching one of the YouTubers that I watch, and they have a flow hive. And I was saying to Terry, I'd love to get these. Like, I just love to learn more and produce more on our little 1 acre and see what I could do. Because, I mean, he works, I work, but I only work part-time. And I want to be able to save money other ways. And if I save it by making a little bit on my farm stand, making a little bit with the homestead, then that's like making money. That is putting money back into our home, because I'm doing the work that would otherwise be buying things. So I was like, I'd like to learn bees because I think it would be fun. And it's just something you always got to keep learning. And I thought, why not? why not? So we kind of talked about it. Then when we went to the fair, we saw a beekeeper there and we started talking to him, and I was like, wow. And then he was telling us about the flow hive and just how they are in Australia, so their climate is different than here. And these, I think the queen bee needs to be protected, or you have to do something in the winter, which I'm not sure. You'd have to do something, because I know the brooder boxes, there's 2, and that's where they store the honey for the winter. And then with the flow hive, you can't get honeycomb or anything from it either. I'm not saying I would never get a flow hive at all. I think that I've been doing like a lot of watching of other people's experience, and Terry even asked me last night, he was like, so what do you think? Like, you still want the flow hive? And I said, well, I think what I want now is just the regular hive to learn from. I would rather set myself up for a bit more success and I know that I might not get honey the first season, which is completely fine, because they might just produce enough to keep them over winter, because they need to have honey for the winter to eat. So I just find that it is going to be very fascinating to learn all about this, all about honey, all about bees, and just try a new thing, a new experience. I was always focused on business before, on learning more accounting, on learning more of that. And I find that I'm happiest when I'm enjoying my home. And if there's something I want to learn it here. And I want to put it into my home and into my family instead. So that's why I'm going to try it. If any of you guys have bees, I'd love to hear your experience, or what you guys do, or what you guys think of it, or what challenges you found. I'm pretty excited to take you guys with me when I go and check out all the different things about the bees and information. There's a lot of local beekeepers here, and it's nice because the one that I met at the fair is like, it's nice if you meet a beekeeper that you can just text if you think that there's something wrong, like have that community, which is so true. That's going to be nice. Put some of these on. I love these giant zinnias. These are, I think, the California giants. I love these ones. So pretty. I think the bottom of zinnias are so cute underneath. Like what they look like underneath the zinnias. It's just really pretty how they are. We will get a couple of snap dragons to go in the vases. I'll make a whole bunch of vases. For love. They're cold hardy, so they're going to probably be better in the cold. It's definitely going to be an exciting winter too, to start more seeds inside. There's so much more that I'm going to do inside and start. So I'm looking forward to taking you guys with me on all that stuff as well. I'm going to try and get, I think, 2 shelves and 4 I'm gonna get shop lights for my lights. I want to do stuff in soil blockers. So we got a bumblebee right there. I don't want to take that flower from him. So I want to get shop lights instead of grow lights. A lot of people say grow lights or shop lights, they're cheaper. They are cheaper than grow lights. I think that I'm going to leave these ones because there's a lot of bee activity happening. And I really want them to enjoy the flowers. We have 2 bees on these ones. We have bees on the other ones. So the bees are out getting food, which is amazing. We want that. So I think that that's all I'm going to pick over here. Let's see if there's anything else that we need to get. I do need to pick the peas, but we'll do that later. I need to pull up, maybe we'll pull up the onions. So we'll just grab up all these onions here. They're not that big. So this bed, all that needs to happen in this bed is replant the elderberry tree, which looks really healthy. That's great. And then pick the rest of the snap peas off. And then put this bed to bed, and I'm not going to do anything crazy over fall. In the spring, I'm getting some compost. I'm going to dress all the beds. I'm going to put some soil amender, all that stuff in, get a lot of nutrients in here, and then I'm going to plant out. That's going to start in March. And because I'm only going to get 5 tons of compost, I think that's enough for the road restrictions. Now, why don't we just pick some of these peas too? I'm like, why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? We're just going to see. Or do I want to leave them on some more? I feel bad that I haven't posted a video in such a long time for you guys. I love doing it. Editing takes a bit, but I love doing the videos and I just love doing this stuff. There's a lot on here. I'll put them in my pocket so they don't get mixed up with everything. I call these my pocket snacks. Terry always tells me, he's like, pocket snacks. Do you want pocket snacks? Do you want pocket snacks? He's like, yep. Hair's flying everywhere. So I just have it pinned up. So I'm excited to make this spaghetti sauce with you guys as well. I've never done it. And I saw it on a TikTok and it's literally just roasted tomatoes with everything. And then I have a Vitamix blender and I'm just going to blend it up. Because that's all it says to do. So yeah, so we'll just get the last of some of these peas off here. So right here, I'm going to put compost. And I think I'm going to put cut flowers here. And see how that goes. Along there, a whole cut flower bed. Or I may do it on the side of the house here because I want there to be lots of sun. So maybe I'm not gonna do a raised bed. It's just gonna be like compost and all that, soil and compost, and then just grow them there. I'm thinking that I might put the bees somewhere in here, more so down there, because this we want to build up for our patio eventually and our fire pit. So I want to put them somewhere where we're not going to disturb them and they're not going to be able to disturb anybody. So I'm either going to put them down there or somewhere down here in this area here. We'll see. I was told once I get one beehive that I'm going to want to get multiple beehives, which I hear that's a thing. It's almost like when you get one tattoo, you want to get another tattoo and you just keep getting them. Who knows? Oh yeah, the other thing too is the raccoon, Jerry. We tried to trap him, got out of the trap, and we kept trying to trap him, but he has not been back that much. I think he was back 2 more times, and I just said to Terry, let's just leave him be. He's not coming around a lot now that they cut the hay and everything, so we're just gonna let him do his thing. The one thing that we were worried about too was that he would get into the house in the winter because of our garage and stuff. So it was more so that we wanted to make sure he was safe and everything, but he hasn't really been around. So we have not caught him. We are not going to try and catch him unless he comes around like every night. But so far, he's doing his raccoon thing still out there in the wild. So I forgot to film an outro to the video, so I just thought I'd say thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed being in the garden with me today and just having a little chit chat about life and everything that's going on. Here is my first prize for my dill pickles that I won, and here's my first prize for my zinnias and snapdragons that I won. It was kind of exciting. Yes, it's a little local fair, but you know what? It was just the highlight of my day. I thought I'd also share a picture of Terry and I at the fair as well at the end here. I really appreciate all of you guys that watch my videos and subscribe. Like if you do, subscribe if you can, share if you want, and I will see you guys in the next one.